A quick demonstration for you as to how the lock works. So when you first log into the app, and I hope that this comes through nice and clearly for you all, you are presented with a set of locations where you can find bikes. Okay. By tapping on any of those locations, we'll call up a page which has a map on it. Okay. It also, and I don't think it will be very clear for you to see, underneath the map tells you how many bikes are available, and also equally useful, how many spaces are available. So our system can at the same time dictate how many bikes can be parked at one location. This can really help with redistribution of bikes. Particularly where cycle parking or wherever you wanted to park the bike space is limited and you don't want an oversupply of bikes at one location, we can tell the system, okay, there are 10 parking spaces here. If you are the 11th bike to arrive at that parking space, then it will tell you to find another location to park your bike because the location is full. Tapping onto the map will open up the mapping function on your phone and give you directions to that particular location. On here as well, there is a part there that says hub opening hours underneath those two boxes. Again, with the flexibility of the system, you can set the times as to when you want the system to operate. So it might be that after 10 o'clock at night and overnight you want the system shut down, maybe from a security perspective or from a noise restriction perspective. Whatever the reason might be, we can dictate the times of operation of that particular location or the system as a whole. Okay. To rent a bike, you'll see some little icons at the bottom of the screen. The one on the left hand side here with the bike on it allows you to then move to the rentals screen. You have then two options. You can start a rental by scanning the QR code on the bike, or indeed you can book a bike. And again, some more flexibility there is that we can build it, or it is built into the system already, but people can reserve bikes in advance. We wouldn't recommend that you give them a lot of time in advance, because what that does when someone books a bike is in effect take the bike out of the system for someone else, so it's not available for someone else to use. So for example, if you say we'll allow people to book 3 days in advance and someone does, that would mean that that bike is unavailable to be used, or a bike of your fleet is unavailable to be used by anybody else for a period of 3 days up until that person who's booked it comes along and uses the bike, or the booking expires. Two functions there. By tapping on new rental, which we'll do now, okay, it asks you to scan the QR code on the bike. We'll do that, and up pops the camera with a little box there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to walk over to the bike, and very quickly it scans the QR code and recognises that. It then takes you through to say you want to actually start the rental, and it will start pairing with the lock, communicating with it. A little notification flashes up to say that you are renting one bike, and by tapping on the bike icon on the screen, like so, the lock is unlocked. And you just heard behind there, the lock on the bike is now unlocked, and the bike is ready to ride away, having done a few checks on it as well. And to give users the opportunity to check a bike over before they ride it, we can create a buffer time so that there is no charge for the system whilst the check of the bike over maybe a couple of minutes or something, and then they return. If there is a problem, they can return it and lock it and choose another bike. Okay, so as I said, you can open and close the lock as often as you want. All you need to do is tap the lock icon to do so. Okay. And we'll walk over to the bike and put the lock into the lock position with the manual orange lever. And if you want to, using the cable, wrap it around a cycle stand and plug it in to the lock as well, even though it's in lock position already. Okay. You can do that as many times as you want during the rental. When you come to want to stop, then at the bottom there you have the option of stopping the rental. If we do that, okay, the app now starts to communicate with the lock and looking for a beacon like this to be able to authorise the ending of the rental. And here you can see that is done there. Okay. At this point, if the system also has the ability to have voucher codes and discount coupons to use within the system, you can enter any code or discount coupon there and confirm that as the case. Okay. Having done that, it's now communicated with the bike and the lock and said this is a location where you can park the bike. It's ended the rental. Importantly now is the facility for you to report issues with the bike at the end of the rental. So you may have returned it and it's had a puncture, or maybe the brakes aren't as effective as you feel they should be. You can report that issue directly through the app. That will then, once the issue has been received, take the bike out of circulation until it has been repaired and we are happy that it's going to be put in service. So that's basically the essence of the app. One person with one smartphone, again, has the flexibility within the system to be able to rent more than one bike at the same time. You can dictate that. In our public bike sharing system down in Eastbourne, we allow the bike a user to rent up to 4 bikes at a time. The charging, if there is the want or requirement